What's up, guys? I just want to do a quick update on FIZZ. So as we were talking about the 4-hourly candle being a 9 flash on the next one and the daily being a 9, we actually got a 1. That's amazing. That means we reset the RSI. It means we're not going to need a correction, and we're actually going to get this breakout very soon. So what you want to look for, we're getting above that $96 level we talked about in the last video, and we're not going to have this breakdown like I suspected. We're getting some good signs for us to come back up. Now, that target of 101.88 might actually be a little bit higher, since we have now somewhat, looks like we did like kind of come out of this a little bit. But if we looked at this whole thing as like a flag pennant, you would have a massive breakout up to about $111. And if it's just a regular pennant, then we're just going to have to look at it. Well, let's see. Let's take a measured move if this was just the breakout from here. Sorry, my fucking fingers are so cold right now. I can't even, I can't do this. Everything's sticking and not calculating to my cold-ass fingers. But a breakout from where we are now, at least 102.32. So we have to get above this trend line in order to confirm this breakout. And even if we do come up here, we eventually are going to have to come back in. It is a rising channel. But as you see, it looked like we were going to get a negative cross on the 4-hourly, but it started flattening out instead of coming down like we expected it to. So this is working out. We talked about a bounce coming. We talked about this potentially turning into a W, and it did. We did get some type of bullish divergence right there on that RSI, showing that we're lower on the right on that little tiny W on the far right and higher on the left. And it's literally straight across, if not a little higher on the right on the chart. So we're doing some type of bullish divergence here on this little W right there. I think we're going to come back up. Now, we could be looking at like a double top of some sort, but even if we do that, it's not too big of a deal. It'll probably just test the breakout as, as support if we do that. But, we could come up as high as the old RSI came to before we got peaked out, and that could be anywhere from 102 to 111 bucks, depending. Probably the 102, I would think, but we got to keep an eye on. That'll be your next target here. But first, before we do any of that, we have to see this thing break out above this trend line. And like I said, it could be a fake breakout above this whole rising channel, but even still, we're going to get some higher price action. You just have to trend cautiously when it gets up there. We'll take a look in a second at what this could be. The MACD's not rolling over. We got that 1 on the daily as well, so we didn't get a red TD9. That's awesome. All this stuff that we thought was going to happen isn't happening. So your breakout here out of this is 97.89. So once we get above that, if we don't just come right back in and we catch support there and we get some good volume, we'll be good. Now, the only concerning thing is that we could turn into some type of triple top or something. But, the breakdown of this, or the breakout of this rising channel, if by chance it breaks out completely and decides to be bullish out of this rising channel, considering we did break out of that massive pattern, it's very possible we could break out bullish. And if we do, whether it's, in the next week or so, you're talking about somewhere up in the $130 level. But we do have to be careful of this triple top area. If this comes up and touches my line I was talking about up here, we could end up with a triple top that could correct us down to retest this rising channel, could retest the pattern in general. We're not sure, but on this 1 hour, we're getting a bullish divergence on the W that we created. We're getting a MACD cross, just like we said that was going to happen. We just weren't sure if it was going to roll over or not due to the 9 flash, which we can cancel that out now. So that was our bounce that we talked about. That's awesome. So the smaller frames were telling us something with those green TD9 flashes we got and with those bullish divergence that we talked about in the last video. So I just wanted to make this quick update. I got to get back to work. But all right, guys, take care.